anything that like where investor bros jump into something, and I'm speaking of this because like this is like my living now, like this is all I do for a living, like just fucking like snowball cash. But it's like, so I'm surrounded by like real life investor bros all the time, you know, like people who like pretend to be like want to be investors, or they're like, yeah, I'm buying this fucking like crypto punk and I'm about to be like a fucking multi-billionaire. And like I'm just like, dude, I just put money in land, you know, like the tried and true old fashioned way.
S&P 500, like
Well,
there's just so it's funny to me how like people who are in this great situation with YouTube and stuff who have consistent money and like good money will gamble it.
Yeah.
Like all you have to do, bro, if you want to be comfortable, is just invest it a little more wisely, and then you'll be
It's
set.
easy too.
Like you won't even have to worry about the 10 out of 10s anymore.
Yeah. It doesn't even like, it's not even hard. That's the craziest part.
No, it's not.
Genuinely not even hard.
It really isn't. Look, guys, look up S&P 500 annual rate of return. It's like 10%.
And whatever you guys do, do not go into the options side of the world. Just stay far away from that shit. Just stay right into like just buy the S&P. You're absolutely right. S&P 500. But like on the whole investor bro side of thing, it's like now I'm like surrounded by all these people who like think because they bought GameStop once, it's like, oh, they're fucking up there, and I'm like, no, you're not. Like that you gambled on a meme and succeeded that way. And then like you start to see like this investor culture, this like crazy stuff based around like crypto coins and like NFT shit. And then it's like, I keep having to try to explain though, I'm like, these things aren't worth something simply because you like hype them up on the internet. Like fucking retro games, right? Like I collect a shit ton of like retro games, or at least I used to, because like,
yeah,
you know, I like playing some of these games, like having them, especially on like PlayStation 2 and shit, and like, you know, PlayStation 1. And the reason why I had to stop is because it legitimately started getting expensive. And it's not to say like I had an issue like buying some of those expensive games. It's just like I'm not going to pay like $300 fucking dollars for like a copy of Final Fantasy 7. Okay. Just because I know how many copies of that game were fucking made. I ain't paying 700 or like whatever fucking amount of cash for your sealed like #1 copy. And like you look at these things like Super Mario Brothers on the NES, and it's like the original #1 version, the 9.9 graded. And it's like $2 million for the card. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on in this market? Like, and then you look at it, it's like it's all hijacked by like these investor types, because now they like buy the cart and they sell the cart, like they fractionally sell it. So it's like you've literally got 30 people sharing ownership of like one cartridge.
Yeah, people do that with houses and shit now too.
But at least with like a house, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with a shared NES cartridge?
Yeah, I guess you could go to the house like a couple days a year, maybe.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. Is everyone just gonna have custody of this fucking cartridge? Like, you get to have it between, like, no one gives
twice a month on weekends.
Yeah, and it's like also it's like if you like, it's never appealing to the people that just want to play Super Mario Brothers, because like I doubt any kid's gonna play the NES version. Like us old fucks might jump in, but we like fire up an emulator and that's it. Like fucking people from back then, it's like you're not gonna like fucking buy a $2 million cart. Like you're not gonna play that cartridge for $2 million. You're not gonna like reduce its quality. It's gonna sit somewhere in like a shelf or like some case for like the rest of eternity. And I'm like, dude, this is not like the right investment to do it. And I think now, considering like how you're looking at NFTs and like crypto, this is where you're gonna start to see like YouTubers who are like, they're gonna accelerate their like path to like having no money. Because like in the world of professional athletes, like a shit ton of them, they make a crap ton of money, all burned like in a couple of years. Like you're gonna have the same with YouTubers. They're gonna be like, oh shit, we made a lot of money one year. I bought some monkey NFTs one year, and then now I'm fucking back on the street sucking dick for nickels the next year. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know so many people too who are just like, I feel like they don't live in the same reality as I do. You know, all the NFT stuff. I know so many dudes who have reached out to me and be like, we have a pretty interesting opportunity in the, like, people that I genuinely respect who have like gotten me business deals, or like, there's a pretty good NFT deal. It's kind of the cutting edge of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know about NFTs. I don't want to do it. I really don't want an NFT unless you want to do an NFT literally of my asshole. I'll do that, you know, or my fucking nutsack. I'll recreate the fucking King Kong balls. I'll do that.
The other day I was like reading, and so like, who the fuck was it? Linkin Park, like Mike Shinoda. I think he was like the rapper or whatever.
Yeah. I saw those tweets.
So I didn't, dude, this is the thing with NFT and crypto shit. It like completely like dehumanizes you. Like nobody recognizes who the fuck you are when you start doing it. So like this guy's like, wouldn't NFTs be cool if you could like take your one skin from Valorant and throw it on like Rainbow Six?
Oh my god!
Like
So, like-
EA and Epic Games gonna be like, let's share.
Let me put the Master
Like,
Chief in
and
Fortnite. Oh, they already did that. Never mind. You know what I mean?
So I didn't know it was Mike Shinoda the whole time. So I was like, oh, this guy's like just making some dumb take. And as a programmer, I'm like, oh, like this is my expertise. I know what the fuck's going on. So I'm like, this is wrong. You can't like feasibly do this. And when I like ratioed this guy, like I was just like, this fucking dipshit. I look at the name, like, oh fuck, that's the guy from Linkin Park. Oh dude, no, this guy fell for the fucking Kool-Aid. Uh-oh, no.
No, it's because it's a pyramid scheme. You have to validate that you fell for it by getting 4 other dumb fucks to fall for it too. That's the cycle.
Yeah, it's like exactly what Schlatt said. It's like good luck trying to get Epic and like Activision to like consider working with each other.
They're just not.
Yeah,
like all these videos you see of like the perfect world. Yeah, like all these like. Do you guys remember that old school YouTube video called Hyper Reality, where it was like this like AR thing, and there were like ads everywhere and all these bright fucking colors. Like that is not going to be. This isn't just going to be some decentralized market thing. Like you just can't see Meta. Meta isn't going to be like, oh yeah, let's just let other people have their way with this.
It's like I tell people this too. When the Meta shit happened, it's like that's why he bought that Oculus stuff, right? Like that's why he bought the whole company, because it's like I tell people, I'm like, the reason why that Oculus device is so cheap right now, like in comparison to like Valve stuff, right, is because he's losing money on it, obviously, but it's also because if you can get like the leading market share in virtual reality and be the guy running Metaverse, he's not going to open it up. He's going to make sure you buy the Oculus stuff to join Meta. And there's a weirdness to it too, right? Like people get really excited about the Metaverse. Like I had one guy, Ice Poseidon was the one guy that called me in the middle of the night one time, and he told me it's like, yeah, there's a lot of money in like virtual real estate. And like immediately in my head, I'm like, virtual fucking real estate? What do you mean? Like, apparently the way that people have perceived it, you can buy mansions on virtual land, and in the virtual mansion, all right, you can stick your virtual NFT like paintings on the fucking...
and then people can go to your mansion.
Yeah, and it's like people hype it up as this new thing, and I'm like, dude, maybe we like are Mandela affecting ourselves or some shit. I don't know if that's the right term, because I remember shit like Second Life. I remember shit like there.com. I remember Habbo. I remember all this shit. Like metaverses have existed. What we're seeing now is no different than anything else.
I see so many of these concepts for the new reality that we're all going to be in, and none of them are places that I'd want to.
Yeah, I agree completely. That's like I've said this before on the podcast. If the metaverse becomes the thing that everyone's doing, I will do it as long as I can just do shit that I'm not allowed to do in real life, like sex cult, crime.
Like if I could,
shit like that.
if I could run a crack
exactly.
A virtual
crack
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll buy fucking few thousand acres.
I tell the story all the time. I've told the story so many times on a bunch of different podcasts. But a couple months ago, someone who I work very closely with, who I really respect, I'm not going to say who it is, but they said to me with a straight face, Schlatt, in 10 years, no one's going to care about the Mercedes you have. They're going to care about the Mercedes NFT that you have, that you drive in the metaverse.
See, that's what I mean. That's the people I'm talking about, dude. What?
Yeah, let me put on my fucking headset, sit in a dark corner like this, and then pretend to drive my Mercedes Benz.
Maybe if it's like what Elon Musk said in that viral TikTok inspirational video clip that I saw with epic fucking music, Inception music. He's like, eventually, video games will be indistinguishable from reality. That would be good, He
made that TikTok.
Yeah, he personally did that. Yeah, him and Grimes.
Do you see the Walmart metaverse?
Yeah, I saw it. Why is it always got to do with shopping?
Because that's what it's all about.
Why is that the future?
Immediately, I was gonna sit there and be like, "Wow, this is so much more like easier than using a web browser." Like I was an old man there, but I'm like, yeah, I would actually fucking love the Walmart metaverse. I see so much fucking wild shit in my Walmart. Like when you live in a mountain town, bro. When you live up in the fucking mountains and there's like one Walmart for the whole fucking city. Every kid, it's like an entire cast of fucking friends up in that bitch. Like everyone, I have seen motherfuckers fight over Dr. Pepper at the Walmart. Motherfucking Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper?
They got to program in. like those obscenely fat people that just walk around with
their asses hanging out
at the fucking Walmart.
Little rascals.
No, I've seen.
They're like 15-year-old kid in a stroller.
I've seen people fucking get into like straight up like fucking bar
Same,
fights
dude.
in the express lane.
Yeah.
I would love to see that in the metaverse.